curious mother who noticed the dissimilarities between her son and his daughter could not stop commenting about the fact that the two looked nothing alike. Unable to ignore her nagging feelings about the distinctively different genetics between the two, she secretly got their DNA tested. She invited her son and daughter-in-law to a restaurant where she shared the results of the test. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. A couple who has been married for over 2 decades and share 3 children went through a tumultuous time with the husband's mother at one stage during their relationship. For a long time, the husband's mother would incessantly comment on the dissimilarities between one of his children and him. The woman would even point out these genetic differences to the daughter, making disparaging comments and wondering where the girl had gotten certain features from. She decided to get her son and his daughter secretly DNA tested to determine his paternity. The wife of her son shared their story on Reddit. She also mentioned that she and her spouse had struggled for a while when they were attempting to conceive their daughter. Thus, when the child was born, her grandmother was immediately perplexed as to how her birth could have come to be. What further catapulted her doubts and concerns was that the child in no way resembled her dad. According to the daughter-in-law, "My daughter brought it to my attention that my mother-in-law has been overly critical of my daughter in the last few months, commenting on her differences. Saying things like, 'I wonder where those eyes came from, also that, hair, and height.' She even said to my daughter, 'I wonder why you're so skinny.' The mom insists that though her daughter bears no resemblance to her father, she looks like her. They both share the same eye color, hair color, and texture, and she is only slender in physique because she is an athlete. Moreover, she had no reason to believe the girl was not her husband's daughter purely based on looks alone." Upon confronting her mother-in-law about the hurtful comments she directed toward her daughter, she simply brushed it off, called her sensitive, and proceeded to get the DNA test done, unbeknownst to her son and his wife. Though her husband struggled to grapple with the fact that he could not protect his wife from what she experienced and had worries about the baby possibly not being his, he wanted the baby. The mother reveals what she secretly did behind the couple's backs. Upon receiving the results of the DNA test, the mother-in-law invited her son and his wife for dinner and instructed them to leave their children at home, as she had an important matter to discuss. As they sat down and began eating, the woman handed her son and his wife 2 separate envelopes containing the DNA results. Upon opening the sealed documents, the couple were met with DNA comparison tests which showed that the daughter was, in fact, not her father's biological daughter. Still confused by whose DNA was being compared, the daughter-in-law asked her mother-in-law to clarify, to which the woman responded, "The proof that you're the garbage I always knew you were." Hurt by what the older woman had done, the wife and husband decided to get up from the table and exit the restaurant after the wife hurled a few choice words at her mother-in-law. She proceeded to block the woman from her and her kids' phones, wanting to have no contact with her at all. In the aftermath, the husband went to see his mom to try and understand why she would do something that caused detriment to himself and his family. His mother informed him that she had suspected that his daughter wasn't his for a while but did not know how she would approach the situation at first. It was also revealed that she had found out via overhearing a private conversation between another son of hers and his wife. Thus, she immediately thought her daughter-in-law had cheated on her son, prompting the DNA test. Ultimately, another element of the story that made the whole ordeal so hurtful was the fact that the wife was sexually assaulted during a burglary. The tragedy happened while her spouse had been away from home, enjoying a day out with his brother. After getting medical attention following the assault, she took an emergency contraceptive pill. However, after feeling nauseous and unwell in the months following the tragic incident, she discovered she was pregnant, which caused severe uncertainty concerning the baby's paternity. Though her husband struggled to grapple with the fact that he could not protect his wife from what she experienced and had worries about the baby possibly not being his, he wanted the baby. He had no problem raising her as his own, even if they found out she wasn't his, biologically. It is for these reasons that the couple decided to cut all ties and communication with the husband's mother. "We are not in contact with my mother-in-law, and I haven't talked to her since the dinner, and my husband hasn't spoken to her since a couple of days after that. She knows I was sexually assaulted and attempted to apologize to my husband when he last spoke to her, but he basically told her off, and he couldn't forgive her." Following her first post, the wife updated her followers, revealing she and her husband had put their daughter and themselves in therapy to deal with the pain caused by his mother's actions. She said that her daughter is doing well and has continued to solidify a strong bond with her dad. Was the mother-in-law justified in getting a DNA test done? Should she be understood and given grace? Or should the family remain distant from her?